Oh, am I getting my lampshade to sit on my head just right? Hi. I want to talk about the ongoing nature of everything. I'm ZGALA, the art angel, by the way. You can call me Auntie Angel. And it's past midnight, which is early for me, but a little bit late lately. None of that makes any sense. I acknowledge that. Mostly, I'm wanting to talk about how there's this ongoing quality to nature, and it seems to be juxtaposed to our desire for stability or certainty or identity, like a label. We want to put a label on something. We want a name, we want an identity, we want a team, we want a business, we want a career, we want a family, we want a lover, we want a style. All of these things are ways that we try to like glom on, hold on to some sense of security, some sense of meaning, some sense of like what the fuck is really going on in this whole shenanigan show. I think that's what it is. It's a shenanigan show. If you look at it that way, then it all makes good sense, doesn't it? Yes, I agree with that statement that I made, and also it's not quite what I was trying to get at. I do have a point, believe it or not. I mean, sort of. Do I have a point? No, it's round up there. The point is that it's an ongoing process, and that at any point we have the capacity to be feeling whole and connected to the moment and feeling that sense of like meaning and just belonging and worthiness, and we have the capacity to feel disconnected and like shunned or shut out, or like we're missing something, or we're unsatisfied, or we lacking meaning. And I don't know if I dare show you this cluttery space. I'm going to. You can kind of glean. It's a little bit unconventional around here. And I'm literally sitting back here in my laundry room / back kitchen / art area / clusterfuck of clutteriness. And I was scrolling, not doom scrolling, joy scrolling, as one does on the interwebs. And I saw a person that I follow and I've never met in person, who's been in Hawaii for a while. And he was walking on the beach and recording himself feeling unsatisfied. And he was doing it in a perfectly lovely and loving way, and, you know, acknowledging that he had a friend there, but he was just expressing something that I know so many of us feel so much of the time. I definitely feel it a lot, and I hear enough of my fellow human beings expressing versions of it that I know that most or all of us are feeling this way at various times. And I'm a little bit intrigued by the way that it doesn't seem to correlate with, like, you could be, in fact, it's almost like being on that beautiful beach in Hawaii made him feel extra lonely, or brought that loneliness to more to his awareness. And it's like me sitting back here in my clutter by myself is like I'm further removed from that loneliness, even though it's evidence of how alone, literally alone, I've been for many years now. Yeah, I mean, you don't develop this kind of clutter. I'll show you. When you have like loving, caring people in your life, to a degree. Now, I say that with a pinky finger asterisk. I have developed this clutter with people in my life, and I know many people with other people in their lives who have clutter. So I misstated that. Let me take another run at it and try it again. This level of clutter plus this level of feeling comfortable and not, feeling completely overwhelmed and anxious about it stems from a sense of belonging in myself. And yes, there's also some shades of depression and, disabled executive function. And there's also elements of feeling comfortable and belonging. And I guess I'm pouring all that onto this proverbial table because I think that's true whether you're at the beach or whether you're in your cluttery back kitchen or whether you're, wherever the hell you are right now. You could probably think of it in a way that you feel like, yeah, it's my monkey and my circus, my mess, and I'm okay with it. Like, I can see how this is the result of the choices that I've made, and I'm grateful that I have the choices that I have. And then there's also a way I could look at it and think like, oh, damn, girl, like, when are you, what is wrong? Wait, when are you going to get your shit together? All that kind of thinking. And again, I know I'm not alone. Maybe you don't have those thoughts, but I'm willing to bet a dime that you've had some similar thoughts, or at the very least that you know somebody who definitely has those kind of thoughts. And, yeah, it's hard to know, isn't it? Because, of course, the thoughts that I have, I think, well, everybody probably has those thoughts. And then it's easy to be shocked when other people say, like, no, I never have that thought. And I think, are you lying? And maybe they are. Maybe we are. I think we all are lying, at least some of the time. That's another one of my hypotheses. Yeah. And that's related, I guess, to what I'm babbling about is we tell ourselves these shit stories. You can call it lying or, just focusing, like we focus in on one little area, so we disregard all the other area, and then we tell ourselves a story about what we're focusing on. And maybe it's not an intentional lie. Sometimes it is, but maybe it's just totally either misinformed or just uninformed. More likely, there's just a lot of information missing because we don't know shit. And I don't know shit. Maybe you know shit. I know. Let me not go down that rabbit hole of literal shit. I do know because I've been a mom. I am a mom, and I've had animals. But anyway, I got a butthole myself. But oh, I went there. The point is, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're feeling positive or negative about where you are and what you're doing, your perception is just a very tiny fraction of the totality of this universe and everything that you could be perceiving. And there's other humans and other entities. By that I mean like cockroaches and crows. Don't get carried away. There might be demons and aliens too. I don't know, but I'm just saying there's for sure at least some other things that are perceiving things in other ways, that are picking up things that I'm not picking up, and that are not picking up some of the things that I'm picking up. And to me, that is a beautiful, amazing thing, because it's like, I've heard the saying, I'm going to butcher it. There's a saying about the Godhead having more than one head, and therefore being able to see more with itself. I just butchered that. You're welcome. And I think that's what I'm getting at. I think it's beautiful that we don't all see things the same. I think I'm almost done with my book, The Shift, which is really trying to articulate more about how we have more power to control our own focus, that little lens, that focus, where we put it. Like, if we focus it narrow or we focus it wide, and if we point it at you or me or at my clutter or at the beach or at love or at hate or, whatever we're focusing on, has a lot to do with how we feel and what we're perceiving. Does that make sense? I mean, I apologize. I didn't mean to say, does that make sense? That's one of those key phrases that I'm trying to weed out of my repertoire, because it does imply that I'm pausing here, because recently I heard somebody make a very good argument that statement, does that make sense, is belittling and is implying that you might be stupid and so you can't understand, and that's why I'm asking it. But just now, when I started to go down that little rabbit hole real time, I realized, no, I think I was genuinely asking you, is that making sense? Because I'm feeling a little bit cray-cray up in here. And now I'm going to flip-flop back over and go like, no, it was a little bit of that ironically, like, is that making sense? I mean, I think I'm in this with you, and I'm not trying to say you might be stupid if it's not making sense. I'm trying to say, heavens, we're all a little bit stupid. And I think it does make sense, but looking for confirmation, affirmation, other people to say, oh yeah, I feel you, girl, just because then that makes me feel better. See? Whew, that was a little ride. I know. I mentioned it's late already, and I had a nap, though. That's part of why I'm a little out of it. I was tired. I fell asleep. I woke up. Now it's around my bedtime, but I'm feeling like I'm not sure I'm sleepy because I just woke up. So, you know that feeling? You ever have that? I think, well, if you're lucky and you've been living a full life, then you've probably had that. And if not, well, then you better get to living. You're welcome. Ciao for now.